Dr. Satwinder Singh Rupra was only 5 years old when he was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. With the support of family, he dealt with it, never letting it. Dependent diabetes is a condition in which the pancreas makes little or no insulin. Insulin is a hormone the body uses to allow sugar to enter cells to produce energy. Although type 1 diabetes usually appears during childhood or adolescence, it can develop in adults. Dr. Satwinder Singh Rupra shares his story.
I'm a type 1 diabetic for the past 30 years plus. Currently, I am on insulin. I take Humalog and Lantus once a day, which is a long-acting insulin, and Humalog 3 times a day.
Some of the symptoms that diabetics experience when sugar levels are low are feeling hungry, trembling or shakiness, and sweating. Signs of very high blood sugar levels in type 1 diabetes may include extreme thirst, drinking a lot of fluids, and then urinating frequently as a result.
Challenges are many, especially in the younger days, because I was diagnosed when I was 5 years old. So all the way up to when somebody becomes an adult, there are many challenges. Children always crave for sweet foods, and becomes very difficult for us to try and tell them not to eat sugary foods. So I was one of them. I had to go through that. And then school days are difficult as well when you're falling into a high or a low. As an adult, things become more clear. You realize what you eat actually affects your own body, and you start looking after yourself better.
I asked Dr. Satwinder how he has managed the condition.
I use a continuous glucose monitor which checks my blood sugar reading every 5 minutes and sends it to my phone. With the use of my CGM, anytime my sugar is going above a certain limit or it's falling below a certain limit, it becomes very easy for me to know because my CGM sends a signal to my phone and alerts me through an alarm. Even if I'm sleeping and I fall into a hypo, my phone will alert me. So I get up, I am able to take some sugary foods to try and bring it back to normal. So with the use of the CGM, I'd say my life has become a lot easier and I've been able to manage diabetes better than I did before.
Seeing your blood glucose levels in real time can help you make more informed decisions about the food and beverages you consume, the physical activity you engage in, and the medicines you take.
One CGM sensor costs me about 8,000 shillings. And unfortunately, I have to get it from the UK. It is not available in Kenya. And I will use this opportunity to appeal to the government and those in the medical field to try and bring this kind of equipment and technology to Kenya to help type 1 diabetics to manage their diabetes well.
He encourages family members to help patients with meal planning, medication reminders, glucose checking, and engaging in exercise for self-management.
I usually have an early morning breakfast at about 7 o'clock, and then lunch at 1 o'clock, and then dinner at about 7:30, 8 o'clock. But I have nothing specific that I eat in particular. I just try and make sure I eat a low-carb diet and less sugars or no sugars at all.
Type 1 diabetes has no cure. Treatment is directed towards managing the amount of sugar in the blood using insulin, diet and lifestyle to prevent complications.
Diabetes is not a death sentence. If you manage it well and you make sure that your family supports you, then there is nothing that you cannot achieve. Everything is possible. You need to have a positive outlook. You need to have a positive mindset. And apart from that, you need to make sure you eat well and healthy. You need to exercise and keep your medicines always taken on time.
Regular screenings help prevent late diagnosis and increase the chances of the right treatment.